Goo Lagoon.
The weather has been crazy hot lately, and you might be planning on a day at the beach, splashing around in the water. Let's just hope a Meg doesn't show up. The Jason Statham giant shark movie, Meg 2, promises ridiculous fun, and like all good science fiction, it is inspired by the real world, and in this case, a novel as well. Much like its predecessor, Meg 1, Meg 2 The Trench is loosely based on Stephen Alten's Meg novels, which follows the underwater adventures of a Navy deep-sea diver named Jonas Taylor, the first of which released in 1997 under the title Meg, a Novel of Deep Terror. The new movie borrows its subtitle from The Trench, but some elements from that book were already used in the first installment, so it'll be interesting to see how many bits and pieces from the second novel have been kept around. But perhaps the real question lurking on our minds is the Meg still out there? How big is the Meg really? And did or does the Meg have a rival? Well, consider yourself lucky because today we'll be answering all your questions, so don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Around 23 million years ago, the most fearsome shark in history roamed the seas, feeding on whales and other giant ocean mammals. The Carcharocles Megalodon, considered the most formidable predator in the history of formidable predators due to its enormous size. But just how big was this bad boy? As Megalodon research has largely been based on the discovery of fossilized teeth, the exact size of the mega shark is uncertain and has been a contentious source of debate among experts. But general consensus believes that the Megalodon was around 55 to 60 feet long and weighed about 100 tons. Needless to say, it would take a rather sizable fish tank to store one of these goldfish. It is generally believed that the creature went extinct 1.6 million years ago. But depending on who you ask, there is reason to believe that the Megalodon existed as recently as 10,000 years ago. More interestingly, others believe that the prehistoric shark could still be out there in the deep dark trenches of the ocean. And come on, although it might be best for us humans if they don't exist, probably everyone deep down inside wants them to exist. Tales of giant sharks exist throughout history, and while many of them have been hoaxes, there have been enough reported sightings to suggest that maybe this notion isn't completely nonsensical. In 1918, fishermen in deep water near the Broughton Islands, Australia, claimed that a giant ghostly shark made off with their crayfish pots and nets. They believed that the beast was over 100 feet tall and dubbed it Lord of the Deep. Another account from 1933 told of a monstrous shark that was spotted by a father and son aboard the SS Manganui ship in Rangiroa, French Polynesia. Recently, a video from 2016 showed footage of a shark believed to be 50 feet in length. Naturally, many believed that the Meg was back in action. Unfortunately, it was later revealed to be fake. They got us. It was merely a sleeper shark and nowhere near as big as originally claimed. The Megalodon probably doesn't exist these days, but the discovery of other prehistoric fish long presumed extinct has propelled the belief that, just maybe, anything is possible. It's also not uncommon for large sharks to make themselves undetectable. Take the megamouth shark, for example. Despite being up to 15 feet in length at their largest, they weren't discovered until 1976. While this isn't evidence that the Meg still exists by any means, the megamouth shark is living proof that giant creatures do exist in the depths of the ocean where humans can't find them. These mysteries of the deep were what inspired author Stephen Alten when he came up with the idea for his shark novel in the first place. With scientific discoveries unveiling new secrets of the ocean all the time, it would be silly to completely rule anything out. The Mariana Trench, located in the Pacific Ocean, has a known depth of 10,994 meters. To this day, scientists are still trying to discover what really lies at the bottom of it. Who knows what fascinating secrets lurk beneath their waves? Which brings us to the eternal rivals of the Meg. From fossil evidence, scientists discovered that no shark in existence compares to the extinct Megalodon, which had a body mass of up to 30 times greater than all other related sharks. Yet, the Megalodon was far from the only ancient giants of the deep. So let's look at 5 different giants of the sea that sometimes could even be larger and deadly predators than the Megalodon itself. The Megalodon versus the Mosasaurus. In the Cretaceous period, a species of a simply massive aquatic lizards roamed the world's waterways. Mosasaurus was a group of reptiles that became apex predators during this time and grew to lengths at 56 feet. At the time, the Mosasaurus wouldn't have encountered any sharks nearly the size of the Megalodon, although they would have had plenty of competition from other apex predators of the time, such as the Plesiosaurus. The Mosasaurus had 250 teeth. The size of their jaws would have made them predators of smaller sea animals than the Megalodon. They would have used ambush tactics to take their prey by surprise on the surface of the deep. The Megalodon versus Leviathan. While the Megalodon was an order of magnitude larger than other sharks in its era, it faced competition from animals like the Leviathan. In today's oceans, the emergence of killer whales sometimes makes great white sharks flee incredible distances. Like today's largest sharks, Megalodon also faced competition from a giant whale that hunted the same prey. The Leviathan was about the same size as the massive shark and reaching up to 57 feet in length. In addition, Leviathan had incredibly large teeth that reached over a foot in length, making them the largest known biting teeth of any animal. Like the Megalodon, Leviathan is believed to have died out between 3.6 and 2.6 million years ago. It's likely the two apex predators both struggled to adapt to climate change and the loss of their primary prey of small to medium-sized whales. The Megalodon versus the great white shark. Size-wise, the matchup of a Megalodon versus a great white shark is no contest. However, when it comes to survival, bigger isn't always better. Recent research proposes that the much smaller great white shark actually helped cause the Megalodon's extinction. The theory is that around the time when Megalodons were struggling to adapt to cooling ocean climates, great white sharks evolved and began competing with juvenile Megalodons and hunting smaller whales that were the Megalodon's primary prey. Without the presence of massive predators, whales that filter feed began growing to massive sizes. In fact, this development led to the evolution of the largest animal to ever live on Earth. The Megalodon versus the blue whale. The Megalodon and the blue whale never met, as the earliest fossils of modern blue whales date back to roughly 1.5 million years ago. That's about a million years after the Megalodon is believed to have hunted the oceans. When it comes to size, it's believed blue whales can reach a maximum length of 110 feet and weighs up to 200 tons. That's more than twice the size of even the largest Megalodon. Blue whales and other gigantic whale species have evolved to be so large because there is no apex predator in the size of the Megalodon in today's ocean. Were there a shark of Megalodon size still alive today, it would surely feast on a large whale species such as the blue whale. With all these matchups covered, there's just one question left. Is the blue whale truly the biggest animal ever? From fossil discoveries today, the blue whale is the largest known animal to have ever lived the Earth.
Hold it right there.
What about the Kraken? In the trailer of Meg 2, we saw a giant octopus or Kraken-type creature take on the Meg. What would happen if a giant octopus truly faced off with a Megalodon? The largest known octopus, the giant Pacific octopus, at 30 feet in length and 600 pounds, would be of no threat to a Megalodon 50+ feet long and 60 times heavier. An octopus would need to be scaled up to approximately 120 feet and 18 tons, Kraken-sized, to be a threat to a fully grown Megalodon. To keep the fight fair, let's just say, would a Kraken stand a chance against the formidable Megalodon? Hailing from Norse mythology, the Kraken is a huge legendary sea monster, often depicted as a giant octopus-like creature. It was said to be capable of dragging entire ships under the sea and causing whirlpools. While no real creature perfectly matches this description, Some speculate that the legend might have originated from sightings of the giant Pacific octopus or the colossal squid. There is no definite proof that the Kraken existed, but it certainly is a terrifying idea. On the other hand, the Meg, while it truly existed at one point of time, who's to say that a creature even more fearsome and formidable, be it Kraken or something we can't even imagine, isn't reigning supreme in some undiscovered ocean somewhere? If you liked our video, don't forget to subscribe and follow our channel for more videos like this one.